What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Disney has a lot of amusement parks, and maybe that's why their stock looks like the most fun roller coaster ever. Just drops. This is Disney stock over the last 5 years. This is not what a stock should do over 5 years, especially given the fact that the stock market is at record all-time highs right now. So, like, exactly why does Disney stock just go down, 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 down? Well, because Disney's audience hates them. The reason why Disney's audience hates them, and Disney's audience is primarily made up of, I don't know, like parents with children, fans of iconic IPs that just want you to make a good Star Wars or a good Indiana Jones, or parents that just want their kids to be entertained without agenda. Well, even Bob Iger is now saying that Disney's job is not to advance any type of agenda, and Bob Iger is apparently in charge of this company, right? So that should go. That should be the thing. That's the rules of the road. Okay, we've had enough agenda. This is what agenda brought us, and so now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop the agenda. So then, how do you explain this, Bob?
I want to ask
how do you explain it?
Because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest
How?
Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin.
This clip was just
Are you
released.
excited about that? Are you
Like
raising
a week or
yourself?
two ago?
Not that.
So it's not old.
It's pretty gay. Let's be honest.
How do you explain this?
Leslie, how do you feel?
These
Am
are
I
the,
gay?
this is the
Yeah.
No, I
star
know you are gay, but I'm
and the woman
asking,
in
are you
charge
excited about putting this, this is going to be a talking
of.
point.
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure so.
Because nerds are gay.
Well,
Your most
some
iconic
nerds are
IP.
very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yes.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay. Was this the fun element of
Celebrating.
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I'm frankly
You're offended?
into it. No.
Oh, okay. I'm into it. I'm into it. Yeah. All right. So they're celebrating their agenda. They're celebrating the fact that they've made the gayest Star Wars. Not my words, actually. Okay. Their words, but also the words of the vast majority of the internet, and that should come as a cause for major concern because, again, as has been reflected in the 5 years of Disney stock performance, where the roller coaster only goes down, people don't like agenda being pushed into their entertainment, and you could see that before the series was even released here with the largest ratio in Star Wars history for a product or a series, and the ratio continued apace. Here we go. Every single trailer got ratioed into the sun, and then Disney did the unthinkable. They released the gayest Star Wars in history, and now that score has gone from 15% to 14% to now 13% average audience score. With every passing release of every passing episode, it gets worse and worse. It gets further and further away from the Star Wars holiday special. Thus proving, ladies and gentlemen, that people would prefer this, which is a, I guess there's no other way to say it,
Can't we?
it would be getting off,
Oh, we
getting
are
its
excited,
lightsaber off
aren't
to
we?
a hologram of,
I'll tell you a secret.
to this, which is what everybody describes as lesbian space witches. There you go. So people prefer Wookiee AI sex robot stuff to this. This is now officially this is preferable. So the backlash is officially here, and Star Wars, of course, will never recover. This was predictable. You saw though the activism. You saw the activism obviously has been inserted at every. There was pronouns in the last episode, right? Then you have a convent of witches with no men in it, conceiving children. Like what do you think that is, right? You have the open and wanton destruction of lore and rewriting of lore and rewriting of effectively the. I love this frame. And there you go. There it is. This is it, right? This is the video. Okay, that's the look. They look like that not because they're horrified because they've pushed agenda, but because they're proud of it. All right, they're very, very proud of it. And now, as it turns out, as this audience score descends further and further into the depths of the black hole, can it get below double digits? Can we get it to 9% or 8%? Come on, people. Let's go. Let's go. Can we, now as that score descends and as the crisis begins to build, Leslye Headland has been dispatched. She's, of course, the creator of this series, has been dispatched with her giant Lego block head, and I can't get it out of my mind. Somebody said her head looks like a Lego head, and I can't get it out of my brain now. Has been dispatched to scream that it's actually not the gayest Star Wars. Oh, that's bad for business? Oh, that's bad for business? Oh, this goes directly against what Bob Iger said we're going to do, not going to advance any kind of agenda. This is literally putting all of our shareholders at risk because we have now another $1 billion bomb on our hands. Queer creator of gayest Star Wars series claps back at haters who claim that the woke propaganda is lesbian space witches. Okay, here we go. Queer creator of gayest Star Wars series claps back at the haters who claim it's woke propaganda with lesbian space witches. I mean, that is the most accurate description of the Acolyte I've ever heard. And I haven't seen a single, I got to tell you, like, I have seen enough, right? I've seen enough. And I've followed this reporting, and we've done a lot of interviews with people who are really smart in the Hollywood space. And this is the most accurate. Woke propaganda with lesbian space witches. It should that's actually what should be in the descriptor right here, right, and inside of the Rotten Tomatoes page. Okay, let's continue to read. Sorry about this. Creator of the controversial Star Wars show, The Acolyte, is pushing back. Okay, that it's woke propaganda, slamming the criticism as reductive. Dude, you have a bunch of women witches in a covenant of women witches conceiving children together. What do you expect? What do you expect people to say? You have pronouns. You put pronouns in Star Wars. What do you expect people to say? Leslye Headland, the first openly queer person to create a major Star Wars project. Oh my God! How many firsts can you get? How many firsts can you get? It is amazing, like how that is always the backstop. It's always the backstop. But you can't criticize me because of this, right? This identity politics token. It doesn't work. Like, it's done. People are out. Like, people are out of the victimhood card. The victimhood card has been now declined. Okay, it's been swiped so many times that it doesn't even do. The reader rejects it, and now it's threadbare. It's like turned to ash. Okay, you can't do this anymore. Can't do it. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay, the first this, the first that. If you want to talk about reductionism, last thing I'll say is this: everybody is the first of something. Okay. Every person has something very, very unique in their identity that makes them the first something. Okay, I, as a straight white male, have something. I raised on a farm. Where do you want to go in my past? Right, like raised on a farm with a really poor family. Okay, that was born during a certain time period, or my grandparents did this. Every single person is unique in a manner that you could call them the first of whatever. All right. So arguably every person is a victim group. You're not special. Sorry. Headland spoke to the Hollywood Reporter, described as the Hollywood Reporter described her, spoke to the outlet this week about the backlash of the show has gotten for its progressive themes, telling the outlet that she never intended to make a show with an overt political agenda, even if it contains some LGBTQ plus alphabet messaging. Oh my God. Okay. Just keep this image in mind. Just keep this image in mind. All right, right there. This image. When you read the line, and I'll read the line again, I never intended to make a show with overt political messaging, even if it contains some alphabet messaging. I don't believe that I've created a queer with a capital Q content, Headland told the entertainment outlet. Got it? Look at the expressions, and then listen to what they're actually saying now. Now that their series has bombed, and now that their entire careers are effectively in shambles and in ash. Like, listen to the cope now. It's incredible. It has a 14% Rotten Tomato score, lowest rating in the category among all Star Wars content. Correction, it has a 13% Rotten Tomatoes score. Let's continue. The Disney-owned franchise has been criticized by fans for embracing woke storylines and characters. Fans slamming The Acolyte as the most progressive release yet from Disney. The show's alphabet reputation has preceded itself, generating now viral moment where a journalist from The Wrap told Headland and a non-binary series star Amanda Steinberg during an interview that the show is arguably the gayest Star Wars by a considerable margin. Though she and the actor were amused by the question, Headland suggested that it was something she was aiming for. Still, she accepted the characterization, saying, "I'm frankly into it." During the recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Headland appeared to temper some of the reaction, saying, "I was surprised by the question. Amandla and I just burst into laughing because that's one of our knee-jerk reactions to being asked that. But to be honest, I don't know if the term gay means in that sense. I don't believe that I've created queer with capital Q content." Headland also weighed in on a controversial storyline in the episode, which seems to confirm critics' worst fear of overt alphabet agenda. The narrative in question implied that two powerful witches belonging to an all-female society used force magic to generate their female offspring twin characters. It's great seeing it written down. In social media circles, disgruntled fans started mocking the series for being lesbian space witches. Headland slammed that reading of the episode, telling the outlet, this is so great, "They're a matriarchal society as a gay woman." See, isn't that amazing? Like, immediately, you can't criticize me because victim card. Isn't that incredible? Don't you? The biggest criticism of the series is that it's like written about the creators. It's not written for you or me. It's literally written as like a diary project for Leslye Headland. And this is perfect confirmation of that. And this is rampant throughout Hollywood. It's a matriarchal society. As a gay woman, she says, "I knew it would read that their sexuality is queer, but there also aren't any men in their community. So a closeness between the two of them would be natural. It seemed plot driven." It's completely plot driven. The power. It's all this. It's just so natural. Look at it. It's so natural. It's plot driven. Power of man. Oh, I can't get through this article. Oh my gosh. It seemed plot driven. I would say it's really reductive to call them lesbians. I think it means you're not really paying attention to the story, she added. Oh, it's your fault. It's so good. Oh man, I love it. This has everything that I could ever want. It's your fault that you noticed the lesbians in space witches that we wrote and then laughed at in interviews. And then we celebrated it in interviews. Headland reiterated that she isn't making a alphabet series. She stands by the queerness of the show. Got it. She stands by. "I'm proud of being a gay woman who's accomplished this feat, and certainly if my content is called queer, I don't want to disown whatever queerness is in the show. I would be proud to create something that inspired queer people." Once again, the show shouldn't be about you. Like, once again, this is just confirmation of what every critic has said, which is that modern day Hollywood writers, Leslye Headland included, can simply write themselves. That's it. They just self-insert. The entire story is just about me living in modern LA. And then they use things like Star Wars as vehicles. And this is just confirmation for that. Maybe you're into that, but the audience clearly is not. The creator also slammed fans who spin the show's alphabet themes as negative thing, stating, "Honestly, I feel sad that people would think that if something were gay, that it would be bad. It makes me feel sad that a bunch of people on the internet would somehow dismantle what I consider the most important piece of art I've ever made." Okay, I'm gonna step back away from the actual commands of Bob Iger here. Our job is not to advance any agenda, and let's just look at the actual quote here. How many times can you self-reference? I, me, mine, me, my, I've made, mine, me, I. Like it's not about you actually. Like it's about the audience, the creators, like the fans, the paying customer. What about this don't you understand? Like I get this with my channel. I read the data really hard. Our team reads the data day and night on this channel to make sure that we are in line with what people want to hear about and learn about and watch. It's really important. Like it is a functional part of our business to ensure that we are simply aligned with the interests of our audience. That's it. It's really good to practice that. It means that you're going to serve your audience, and your audience will then like your channel. How hard is this? It's incredible. It boggles the mind. It really stuns the soul, because you're actually defying the very nature of what it means to be a creator. Because when you're creating for people that are presumably going to want to look at your art or watch your channel, and you need to be in line with what the customers want in that regard, right? Like that goes for everything. Dude, no one's going to care if there aren't greater, broader, universal themes and things that have mass appeal and mass interest. Then that's fine. Enjoy your little art house project, okay, seen by 10 people in Brooklyn. But you're never going. Why are you running a Star Wars, which is the largest brand on Earth? Again, it's just such a mismatch, such an insult to the actual customers. It's amazing. I mean, just an amazing quote here. I don't think that would be bad. It makes me feel sad that a bunch of people on the internet would just answer what I consider to be the best thing that I've ever done, that I made, because it's me. Star Wars isn't about you. Dude, it's I'm not even that big of a nerd. I do care about Star Wars. I do like Star Wars, the originals, and the community and the world that was created. I'm not even that big of a nerd, and I feel this. It's very angry to me.
Audience members have issues with the show's diversity and LGBTQ plus themes, and those should be dismissed. However, viewers should genuinely examine the legitimate criticisms the Acolyte has received. Cultural critics like The Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic have dubbed the show lore-breaking for its recent revelations, but their commentary isn't productive. Rather, it encourages bigotry and hatred over a show that's just getting started. As always, rage baits and review bombings distract from
because they came for these guys because of their criticism, and now they're going to mask the criticism. Now they're it's amazing. They're trying to run away from it, but at the same time using it as a shield, right? And at the same time doing these cringe interviews where they don't say the answer to this question should have been, no, we've created the best Star Wars we possibly could for the largest subsection of the fans that we possibly could to serve the fans. But that's not the answer to the question. The response to the question is, yes, queen, because it's all about me. It's amazing. That's fine. I mean, on some level, I'm glad that they're this honest. Because then the audience can just do this. Because this is what you get. This is what you get when you just make little art house, self-referential pieces for yourself, to be in the entire show is just a self-insert. This is it. Okay. Great job, Disney. Good job, Bob. Expect more of this. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.